So what do you guys think of this local music scene?
Fuck you.
Well, okay then.
No, that's what I think of the local music scene.
Oh, shit.
Cut, print, start the recording.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Kevin.
I'm Jake.
I'm Jack, and welcome to the first annual Boneheads Award Show!
YOLO.
So we have put together around 10, 11 categories for y'all today. And, let's just start right out with, what is the best punk album of 2012?
We would probably have to pick... There were two bands that we couldn't really decide between. And that was the Classics of Love album and Teenage Bottle Rocket. And the
winner is...
We ultimately chose Teenage Bottle Rocket just because we liked the more... It was more...
melodic.
Yeah, there was more harmony and whatnot involved. We liked it better.
Definitely more skate punk, pop punk feel. They have two vocalists, and they're really reminiscent of Screeching Weasel and the Ramones. And they just got a great sound, and they're fantastic.
And I liked it.
And the Classics of Love album, it was good, but to me it just kind of felt like Operation Ivy, which of course
is awesome.
Singer. But I wanted something new, and
something
I hadn't
new?
heard Teenage Bottle Rocket until recently.
Give me something new.
All right, and then our next category will be I'm picking this one ahead of time just because I want to talk about it. Is Best Celebrity Freakout of 2012. Ultimately goes to Billy Joe at iHeartRadio.
1 fucking minute.
That was
fucking minute.
What the fuck you fucking Rihanna?
It was really funny. We all hope that Billy Joe gets better, and we hope for the best. But it was actually the first time I saw that video, I started laughing so hard.
I hope he gets better so we can freak out again.
He seems like the kind of guy who'll be cool about it and joke.
Dude, you know what's the weirdest thing though? And this is 40 in the scene he's in. He's drinking beer. I'm like, wait, I thought you said he was sober for a whole entire year.
I think he meant drugs.
Oh, okay.
Because he's been drinking forever.
We love Billy Joe, and that was hilarious.
Yeah. Next, this one's for Kevin, is the best indie rock album 2012. I Look Like Shit. Jack, you spelled like wrong. By
Jeff Rosenstock. And this guy is formed of a punk, I guess you'd call it. He calls it punk. A Bomb Music Industry, who are a punk band, but they incorporate indie, they incorporate ska, they incorporate keyboard 8-bit music. They do everything. And they broke up recently this year because they put out everything for free, and that's kind of hard to do a job when you do it like that. So after that, he came out with a solo EP that has a few Bomb songs and a lot of his songs, and he's a fantastic songwriter. Doesn't have the greatest voice, but he has a lot of passion and a lot of great songs.
Well, there you go. There's your history of Bomb the Music Industry. Next category.
I actually like a few songs by Bomb Music Industry. I just wanted to put in an opinion. Next is Best Comedy Album, and we had to choose Tenacious D, Rise of the Phoenix.
Jack Black.
We actually wanted to choose Weird Al, but it turned out it came out in 2011.
Here's the thing. There's so little comedy records. This one was kind of tough because this album's good. It's not as good as what they used to have.
I would have chose Transit to Venus by 3 Days Grace because I laughed the entire album.
Oh, snap.
Oh, dude, you got them.
High five.
$1 million.
Dude, fucking go.
Dude, I'm sure everybody's crying themselves to sleep. Oh, those 16-year-olds on a podcast don't like us. Yeah.
They probably would, damn Canadians. Okay.
Kenyatta!
All right. Next is Best Rap Album. And Kevin chose this one.
And it was The Good Life is Good. Sorry, not The Good Life. Life is Good by Nas.
Nas.
And he's a good rapper. It was decent for... I'm not super into rap, but for the rap record, it was actually really good. I looked at some of the lyrics. They're actually a lot more personal than most rappers now who are about, fucking party, coke, beer. He wrote the whole entire lyrical thing after his divorce. So it's a lot more in-depth than most rap records.
We're not all huge fans of rap here. Matter of fact, I kind of hate rap, except for a few artists. And, but we listened to a few songs off the album. It was pretty good. Next is Best Hard Rock Album, and we chose another Canadian band, and that was Curve by Our Lady Peace. This wasn't necessarily a hard rock album, but Our Lady Peace is kind of known for being somewhat hard rock, so they kind of fit the bill. And I'm a huge fan of Our Lady Peace.
Yeah, I like them too.
Yeah, this wasn't their best.
I just heard them today.
This wasn't their best album, but I mean, it's a pretty good album. So yeah, Our Lady Peace, Curve.
I think this is maybe, I'm just kind of jaded, but I feel like a lot of bands are not making their best records, but they're making middle-of-the-road records, which are good, but not the best. Except for a few exceptions, like Green Day's 3 albums, I think are probably some of the best.
Best electronic.
All right, so we're doing, the next is the best electronic, which is, Jack can name it off.
Enter Shikari, A Flash for the Color. They released that early January of 2012. I'm a huge Enter Shikari fan.
I'm not.
Shut up, Jake. And this was their best album, in my opinion. It has a great balance of metalcore and electronics, so Jake doesn't slap me in the mouth. Next category.
Speaking of this next category, worst album of 2012, we had to give it to Linkin Park, Living Things.
Linkin Park, the greatest band ever.
Shut up,
Linkin
Kevin.
Park sucks.
Dude,
You're
I hate
every
Linkin
scene
Park.
chick on the internet.
I hate Linkin Park.
I hate Linkin Park.
And
as
we
well.
all went through that stage between the ages of like 10 and 14 where we thought they were the
fucking
shit,
best.
and then we like grew up.
You know what's actually funny? I never heard about them until freshman year. I don't know why, because I lived under like a rock in middle school. And I heard them. I'm like, I don't like this.
It was just like, it's like we just liked it because it was loud. It was just loud and obnoxious. I like this.
That's the reason I liked Metallica for so long until I realized, yeah.
But like, yeah, just, it was a bad, like, and I'm not gonna like sit here and rant just because I don't like Linkin Park, but this was actually like, even for someone who probably does like Linkin Park, this was probably a very disappointing album.
It was just boring, uncreative. Everything was
That acapella song.
Oh, that acapella is fucking terrible.
Bullshit, not acapella.
When you sing acapella, you can't use effects. It has to be your voice. No auto tune at all.
Acapella means that the instruments are also voices. No, they just took every instrument out.
Acapella just means there's no instruments, it's just voices.
Yeah,
but
when
like,
you do that, you shouldn't have like a bunch of effects on your voice. Like it's
No,
not
but they
weird.
should also have other voices mimicking the instruments.
well,
okay, let's
this
stop ranting about this.
this and the album before it were like the worst Linkin Park albums ever created. The others were a little bearable. These were not. All right, next is best solo artist.
Okay, fucking
Jack's
this is
gonna be
my
soft drum roll.
Here we go.
The idler wheel is wiser than the driver of the screw, and whipping cords will serve you more than ropes will ever do by Fiona Apple.
Congratulations.
Or as they call it, the idler wheel.
You troll for making such a long album title.
This won 2 awards.
I
Also,
don't
longest
care.
album title.
Yeah, I like Fiona Apple. She's got a really cool sound, kind of avant-garde, kind of acoustic.
She was emo before emo was bad, and
You say
now
that like every band, dude.
Hipster.
yeah. No, I'm just saying.
Moving on.
Mm,
So this was an
I like
artist.
Fiona Apple.
This was an artist.
Marry me.
This was an artist that I almost wanted to be the best solo artist, but then it filled this category better because I hate this category mostly. Best country album goes to The Road by Aaron Lewis, who is also the singer in Stained. And this was a good album. He like said that he grew up loving country when he was a kid, which kind of shocked me considering how Stained is. But then you listen to Stained, you kind of can sense that country in there. So the album before this was good, and the album and this album was good, and I like Aaron Lewis.
I can definitely sense like a lot of old country, like the Johnny Cash, what's his name, Hank Williams Sr. kind of country, not the like Rascal Flatts, Carrie Underwood type country.
And this isn't
The
on.
Rascal Flatts, I'm a fat guy, Jackie.
This song isn't on The Road, but Aaron Lewis' song Country Boy is a great song, and you should listen to it. And next category is Best Metal Album. And this goes for Jack.
Between the Buried and Me, Parallax 2, The Future Sequence. Fucking great ass album. This is completely one song split up into a 12, 11 track album.
Better than Shikari.
It's okay. It's better than Enter Shikari, Jake. But this band is great. This album is the sequel to an EP just called the Parallax Hypersleep Dialogues. That's all you really need to know about it. Go check it out.
This award shows kind of showed the negative side of me.
Fucking finally.
Well, guys,
And then here's our last but most is Best Rock Album. We argued over these two albums, ironically by the same band. We had to give it to Green Day, Trey. Yay. And there was much rejoice.
Freebird.
That was a Monty Python reference.
Yeah.
that's good.
Except Freebird. Trey was just a great album. The only song on the album that I really had to complain about was probably Brutal Love. Maybe The Forgotten a little bit too. But
I liked Brutal Love.
But Trey was a great album. And it came out at the perfect time too, because then we didn't have to argue over it. Because it's not old yet.
Now, 2012 wasn't the greatest year for bands. There weren't a lot of great debut bands.
Everyone freaked out about Dying. That wasn't that good either.
Yeah.
Yeah, we basically kind of just picked the shining stars in a pile of poop, except for Green Day and Aaron Lewis.
And Shikari.
No, they're a shining
Fiona
star
Apple,
in poop.
Billy Joe.
Jeff Rosenstock.
Okay, it wasn't a bad year. It was good for us.
It was a mundane year.
It was a year.
It was just kind of breezing through. It
They
wasn't.
will
Can I
always
say
be
this?
1997.
It wasn't like 2000. It wasn't like 2009 where it was like great albums came out in 2009.
Yeah.
You know, but
Like
it was.
this
It
year-
wasn't a bad year.
I
Like
say this year. This is one year. Sometimes there's music where just all around you. This is a year you really had to dig to find music.
that's like my point, being like the mundane, just kind of nothing really was going on except for a few bands. Like I really anticipated Green Day, and
You were talking about this because like we hate how people are like, oh, music sucks now. It's like, no, you just aren't trying hard enough to find good music. Like,
close-minded bitches.
All right. Now as we're wrapping this award
Wait,
show,
I have to.
Fuck.
I have to throw in a not listed category. Most anticipated album of 2013 goes to True North by Bad Religion. Comes out in January. Had to say it. Jack, go with
All
what
right,
you were
cool.
saying.
Jake, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Those are all references to a song off of True North.
Now
Just
that
say fuck you.
fucking
Whoa!
damn it. Now that we're ending this video.
Are you gonna wrap it up or not?
Yes, shut up, Jake. Honorable mentions: Green Day, Uno, Dos, and Muse. Second Law. Anyway, thank
Muse
you.
blows.
Shut up, Jake.
You had to fit it in, so I had to shit all over it.
Yeah, I love Muse. Anyway,
No one cares. Muse doesn't
thanks
care.
for sticking around. This was the first annual Boneheads Reviews and Reward Show.
We probably won't last long enough to have a second annual.
We'll have Best Albums of 2012 Part 2.
Best albums of 2013, January.
We're just going to do all the years. Best Albums of 1999.
We're not gonna go that far.
We're gonna
Okay.
party like it's 1999.